What if beyond the fire of hell and the cleansing climb of purgatory, there lies something even greater, something so radiant that words themselves collapse under its weight? What if the true mystery of existence is not punishment, nor even purification, but a vision so glorious that human language fails to contain it? Dante dared to write of it, though he confessed his pen could barely sketch the light. And here is the bold claim. What he saw in Paradiso is not just a medieval vision. It may hold the secret code of the cosmos itself, a map of the soul's journey through time and eternity, and a glimpse of the very face of God. Stay with me through this journey, and you will discover truths hidden in plain sight, connections between ancient faith and modern science, mysteries that stretch from the stars to the depths of your own heart. This is not just poetry, it is a revelation, one that very few dare to approach, for it speaks of a joy too overwhelming for ordinary eyes. Dante begins where we last left him, standing at the summit of Mount Purgatory in the Garden of Eden. Beatrice, now his guide, turns her eyes to the heavens, and with a single glance upward, the ascent begins. No mountain, no ladder, no chariot only, a lifting, a rising, as though gravity itself is reversed. Imagine for a moment what it would mean to be drawn upward not by wings or by strength, but by pure love. The soul is lighter than air when freed from sin, and God himself is the magnet that draws it upward. Dante feels himself carried beyond Earth's sphere, into the realm of the stars. But the next part will surprise you even more, because he tells us that heaven is not just above, but also within. Every soul rises not only outward into the cosmos, but inward into God's own mind, into the eternal order that underlies all creation. The first sphere Dante enters is the moon. Here he encounters the souls of those who broke vows, not out of rebellion, but from weakness, frailty, the shadows of imperfection. They are radiant, their forms luminous, yet they appear faint, like reflections in water. Dante asks why, and Beatrice explains that every soul in heaven is perfectly happy, yet their radiance reflects the degree of their closeness to God's light. The moon represents inconstancy, the shadow of change, and here the lesson is given. Our promises to God matter, for even a broken vow leaves a trace on the soul. But the next revelation uncovers a secret very few people know. Dante is hinting at a cosmic law. Fidelity to God's will is the force that lifts us higher, while every compromise anchors us in lower spheres. From the moon, they rise to Mercury, the sphere of the ambitious, those who did good deeds but for the sake of honor and fame. Their light is brighter, but their joy is tinged with the remembrance of misplaced desire. They remind us that even noble acts lose their full reward if done for self rather than God. For Mercury, Dante ascends to Venus, the sphere of lovers, where the souls burn with radiant affection, their joy pulsing like a celestial heartbeat. Here he sees that love itself is not sinful, it is the misuse of love that leads astray. Pure love elevates, distorted love corrupts. What comes next may change how you see the sky forever, because Dante shows us that the very planets themselves are mirrors of the soul's condition. The heavens are not distant objects of astronomy, but living symbols of spiritual ascent. Next is the sun, where the great theologians and wise teachers form a dazzling circle of light, praising God in unison. Thomas Aquinas, Bonaventure, Solomon, and others shine like living flames, their wisdom radiating as beams from the eternal truth. The sun is knowledge illumined by faith, wisdom purified of pride. But the next part will surprise you even more, for Dante reveals that wisdom is not merely intellectual, it is radiant love expressed through understanding. The wise are not those who know the most, but those who allow knowledge to become fire, burning for God. From the sun they ascend to Mars, the sphere of warriors of faith, where fiery red light blazes in the shape of a cross. Here the martyrs and defenders of Christ glow like sparks of battle, their courage resounding like celestial trumpets. Their reward is not glory in war, but eternal peace in God. Then comes Jupiter, where rulers and kings who governed with justice shine in a living eagle, each soul forming a feather in the divine constellation. Justice is not politics. It is alignment with the will of God, a reflection of heavenly order in earthly rule. But what comes next may change how you see history forever, because Dante dares to suggest that true authority is judged not by power, but by righteousness, not by conquest, but by mercy. From Jupiter, they rise to Saturn, the sphere of contemplatives, where souls move slowly up and down a golden ladder reaching into infinity. These are the mystics, the monks, the silent ones who sought God not in noise, but in stillness. Here Dante feels an overwhelming silence, a silence so profound it resounds louder than music. The lesson is clear. Contemplation is the highest act of the soul, the quiet gaze upon God that surpasses all words. And yet, beyond Saturn lies the fixed stars, where Dante beholds the Virgin Mary, the apostles, the saints, and the heavenly court in dazzling constellations. Faith, hope, and love are displayed in radiant clarity, the theological virtues shining like eternal jewels. The next revelation uncovers a secret very few people know. Dante's heavens are not simply layers of planets. They are steps into deeper union with God, each stage refining not only what the soul sees, but what the soul is. Finally, Dante enters the primum mobile, the sphere of pure motion, the crystalline heaven that turns all the others. Here he glimpses the angels, vast orders upon orders, wheeling in circles of fire, burning with obedience and joy. And beyond even this, he reaches the Empyrean, the heaven of pure light, where time and space dissolve, where the soul is no longer lifted through place, but absorbed into the eternal now of God as presence. Rivers of light flow into oceans of radiance, and from that ocean rise living sparks that take the form of the celestial. Rose an infinite flower of souls, petals upon petals stretching forever, with Mary at its heart and Christ enthroned in light. But the next part will surprise you even more, because at the very end, Dante sees not merely visions, but the source itself. He gazes upon the Trinity, the circle within circles of infinite light, 3 in 1, 1 in 3, beyond comprehension yet burning with love. He strains to understand, and for a moment he is granted the mystery. His will and God's will aligned as one, his heart caught up in the eternal heartbeat of the universe. The poem ends not with answers, but with a vision that silences every question, the love that moves the sun and the other stars. And now, before we continue deeper into the revelations waiting ahead, I want to invite you into something greater than just watching. If this vision has stirred your heart, if you feel even a flicker of longing for God's light, then act now. Click like, subscribe, and most importantly, write your prayer in the comments below. Confess what weighs on you, or thank God for His blessings, or simply write a short testimony of what He has done in your life. Do this, and you are not only sharing your faith, you are helping spread this message to countless others who may be lost, who may be searching, who may desperately need to know that there is still light in the darkness. Share this video with 10 or more people, because when you do, you are not spreading content, you are spreading God's word. Each share extends His blessing. Each prayer ripples outward. Each testimony becomes a spark that can ignite another soul. This is more than a video, it is a mission. And what comes next may change everything, because even though Dante's Paradiso ends here, the revelations hidden within it do not. The vision of light, the mysteries of the cosmos, the secrets of eternity, they remain for us to uncover, layer by layer, shining brighter the deeper we dare to gaze. Stay with me, because the next revelation will open truths that even Dante could only glimpse, and together we will continue to climb into the mystery of God. We have traveled together through the darkest depths of Inferno. We have climbed the steep terraces of Purgatorio, and now we have soared into the blazing heights of Paradiso. We have witnessed humanity's sin and its punishment, its cleansing and redemption, and finally its transfiguration into eternal light. We stood with Dante as he looked into the very mystery of God, the love that moved the sun and the other stars. This has not been just a story of a medieval poet. This is the story of the soul, of your soul, of my soul, of every single one of us who longs for eternity with God. But here is the moment of truth. This message cannot stay here. What you have just experienced is not ordinary content. It is God's teaching, carried through the centuries to reach you in this very moment. And now you are called to carry it forward. I ask you right now, with urgency and with passion, go to the comments and write your personal confession. Pour out what is heavy on your heart. Or if you feel led, write a short prayer, a cry of faith, a plea for mercy, or even a simple word of gratitude. Or share your testimony of what God has already done in your life, so that others may see and know that He is alive, that He is working, that He is faithful. Do not stop there. Share this video with at least 10 people or more. Send it to friends, family, groups anywhere and everywhere. Because when you do, you are not just spreading content, you are spreading God's word. You are extending His blessing beyond your circle, reaching souls you may never meet, touching lives that may be on the brink of despair, and reminding them that there is light beyond the darkness. Imagine the chain reaction. One prayer sparking another, one confession opening the way for healing, one testimony igniting faith in someone who had lost hope. This is your holy responsibility. This is the call placed upon you in this very moment. You are not here by accident. You are here because God is inviting you to be part of His mission. When this video reaches more souls, it is not entertainment being shared. It is eternity. It is truth. It is God's own teaching being carried forward to transform lives. So act now. Write your prayer. Share your testimony. Confess what weighs on you. And then share this video with as many as you can. Together, let us flood the world with light until every corner echoes with the love that moves the sun and the other stars.